Got a little bit of a birthday in the house today. Read it in the paper. So happy birthday. Yeah, beautiful day outside here, Western New York. So no change, no updates. Really different than yesterday at all in the injury report. If you have specific questions, happy to answer. But that's what we have for you at this point.
Has Dawson had his surgery yet? Is there any time?
I don't know. I don't really know that to be specific. I know he's gone to the site. I just don't know if that's happened yet today or not. So.
Sean, on Dawson, was it the injury get worse on Sunday, or just it wasn't getting any better?
I think from a medical standpoint, it didn't get any worse, but it was affecting him enough to want to get this done.
Sean, yesterday on the injury report, the one around last week, how much of a concern is it? I know his bed rest was also on knee yesterday listed as well.
I'm sorry?
Von Miller.
Yeah, I mean, he's in a good spot.
Is it a concern that he's on the injury report this week after not being on it last week?
No, I think he's in a good spot.
How about Ed Oliver? Is he trending in a positive direction to play this week?
We'll know a little bit more today. Alex on his situation, it's going to be close probably.
Sean, you evaluated quarterbacks in 2018. Obviously, Baker was a part of that class. What do you remember about going through that evaluation process with Baker Mayfield?
Yeah, enjoyed the time we spent with him, and obviously he went first overall, he's had a great career in college, and he plays with a lot of energy and seems like a good leader. I've never obviously been on a team with him, but seems like a good leader.
Sean, yesterday when you were talking about the offense, you noted that the need to be more physical and also to play with a little bit more urgency, but you also agreed that Josh, execution-wise, needs to improve his execution, and Ken needs to put his players in a better position. You said those were factors. How do you address those in such a short week?
I just think overall, I mean, Josh, Ken, all of us, right? We all have to do a better job, myself included, and it's putting the players in position. Then when in position, the players have to make the plays. I mean, that's no different than when we were winning, like we were earlier in the year compared to the last 3 games when we've kind of been challenged a little bit here. Is to put the players. That's the formula. You put the players in position, and then you trust the players to execute and make the play. And we have good players, and they do that. And we've got to continue to do that.
What's changed in the past 3 weeks, and do you think that there needs to be, I guess, as opposed to taking what the defense gives you, is there also a need to maybe dictate on offense as well?
Well, I would say a little bit overall of our entire football team is to dictate, right? It's a short week, so if this were obviously a Monday or Tuesday, I'd be happy to answer even going back to last week. But we've moved on right now, and it's important we do that because we're playing in 2 days here. So, our mindset has to continue to be play offense in all 3 phases, and so that attacking mindset is important offensively, defensively, and special teams.
Sean, Eric Washington was saying yesterday with Dorian Williams how sometimes taking him out is to let him reset, like he's a rookie, he's still getting used to stuff. What's the balance of giving him that time to process what's going on, but also getting him those valuable snaps?
Yeah, it is a fine line there for any young player, and they're going to make mistakes, so it's a chance to reset, watch a little bit, and bring them along the right way. And so it's hey. Go out there, experience it, come back in to the dock. We'll reset you and put some more gas in the tank. Go back out, see how it goes. Kind of that type of cadence right now.
Do you anticipate him starting again this week?
We'll see. We'll see how it goes today, and it's a short week, and we've got some veteran players there as well. And I thought T-Dot did some good things.
Sean, are there benefits to a short week from a mental standpoint? You know what I mean? I mean, the challenges are obvious.
Yeah.
But given them what's happened and the mindset and that sort of thing?
Yeah, I mean, could be, and I think that's how you approach it. The first 24 hours are tough going into a short week because you're short on rest. But I think at the end of the day, it's how you approach it, right? It's a mental challenge, and you got to look at it like, hey, this is a great opportunity for us, and we approach it with great energy, and we look forward to playing at home where we've played well this year, and in front of our fans. So it's to me, it's a great opportunity. It's going to be great weather like it is today, and no better time in Western New York than this Thursday night.
Sean, Tampa Bay's allowed only 8 sacks this year. What has allowed them to be so good in that area?
Yeah, their old line's phenomenal. They're well coached. They do a great job, and they got good personnel there. So, I think they're first in the league in not giving up sacks. So that'll be a big challenge for us.
Along those lines, Baker had taken a lot of sacks the previous 3 years and made a lot of turnovers. Obviously, both of those things he's corrected or is doing better. What do you see him doing well in the structure of their offense?
Yeah, I think you see I think you see Coach Bowles' thumbprint on it, right? Defensive coach, trying to control the game, manage the game, not turn the ball over, giving the other team short fields. I think you're seeing that influence, and you're seeing a good offensive line, and they're staying on schedule. I mean, they're phenomenal offensively in the third and medium window, and then they're really good on defense in the third and long window as well. And that's when you've got great pass rushers and schemes, you can do that.
We asked Ken yesterday about the benefits of maybe going up tempo. What do you see with your offense, the benefits of it when Josh is kind of able to operate and move things kind of at a quicker pace?
Yeah, I mean, I think that's some of the, you talk about areas of strength. I think that's some of what he does best, and so that's been evident when you're looking at, I think statistically last year, end of half, end of game situations. That's how he's operating in those situations, and I think if he wasn't at the top, he was close to the top in terms of quarterback play in those situations, and he's done that this year as well.
Do you think he's done that enough, or the offense has changed tempo enough, aside from those end of half situations?
I leave that up to the coaches, and they work it out, and they feel like to this point that that's just not what maybe is fittest or fit the defenses we were going against. And sometimes it's difficult when you're in opposing stadiums from time to time from crowd noise standpoint and whatnot. So, but it's week to week.
In 2 games now without Matt, have you noticed anything different in Terrel and how maybe he's handling the role, communicating more without Matt out there, or anything different from him?
Yeah, I mean, it's interesting because TB is a young player, right, and in some ways a rookie in terms of his playing time with his feet in the grass out there, and but he's had to grow up quickly here because of some of the the change at the position next to him and some of the changes in the defense with the personnel. So, but another young player that we're developing and grooming, and I think if you look coming into the season, everyone's questioning, what about the middle linebacker? What about that position? And I'm really proud of him and the way he's developed, and still with much room for growth, and that'll continue as we move forward here.
Do you feel like the communication between you and giving him the plays and him organizing defense, if that's still working well?
Yeah, I mean, again, he's a young player, and he does a phenomenal job at such an early age and early point in his career. So we've had some hiccups, I'll call them, and plays we want back because of some things, but that's natural, and just think where he'll be a year from now, right, in terms of the amount of snaps under his belt, the amount of experience, the amount of leadership experience he's gotten as well in terms of coordinating the defense and running things out there.
You talk to Matt at all? I get a lot of questions from fans, just wondering an update on him, like what happened, how he's doing, all that kind of stuff.
It's interesting because of the number of players we've had out, it's like I feel like I'm trying to, talk to Trey, talk to Daquan, talk to Matt, and now in Dawson, and try and, in addition to coaching the team over here, I'm trying to stay in touch with those guys. So it's intermittent, and sometimes those guys are just wanting a little bit of a break as well, in terms of just need to kind of just unplug and heal, right? So they need to do that. But it's good to have Matt back. He's back around, and good to have him around here.
Is Damian Harris went on IR? Do you expect him to be available later this year?
We'll see. I don't know. I can't answer that one way or the other right now. I can't say yes, and I can't say no.
As a follow-up, James Cook is at 4.8 yards per carry this year. What kind of strides have you seen him take as he gets more older?
Well, I think like any running back, the more reps you get, you tend to get into a rhythm. Another young player that we're developing and has come on and done some things, for us that, quite frankly, I don't think he did at Georgia, right? As in terms of carrying the ball as much as he has and as successful as he has. So real proud of James and his development. Coach Skipper's done a nice job with him, and And then having Latavius in there as well as a good veteran leader that can also do the job. And so it's fun to watch those two, obviously at two different points in their career, maybe a little bit respectfully, but I just love watching both of those guys play and play off each other.
Sean, what's made Tampa's red zone defense so good?
Well, I mean, when you look at third downs in the red zone, a lot of times, that's a big indicator of red zone success because you can play well on first and second down, but you give up a pass on third down into the end zone, and it blows the whole thing out of the water. So I think it starts always with third downs in the red zone.
Hey, Sean, what was Matt Milano's injury? Is it a leg fracture? Was there an ACL tear?
Yeah, I'd have to get Nate up here, to Joe give you a more pinpoint description of it. It's more than it was more complicated, or from my end medically, more different terms that I'm not really familiar with. So, can we just call it like NHL does, lower leg? Is that fair?
Just given the blows you've taken as far as the roster is concerned and the loss column, do you feel that this game is almost at a crossroads? How do you foresee your team to respond, or how do you, to respond on a short week and knowing what's happened over the past few weeks?
Yeah, every week is a crossroads in the NFL. I mean, that's how we look at it, right? So every week's an opportunity to get another win, and over the years we've shown, and listen, if we've shown that that we know how to win, and we know how to figure things out, and we know how to develop players and find the answer and the solutions, and that's what we're here for. And if you're to this point in your career like you guys are, you're at the top of the top, and you haven't gotten there without facing adversity and overcame adversity in your career. So we're used to this. This is what we do. Good.